I should be live.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's see if I can see you guys. Maybe? I might be able to see chat. All right. Awesomeness. I do want to mute that. There we go. Hey, how you doing, Texas Little Star? Oh my God, Dark Knight. Hey, big hugs. I just got a new vape and I wanted to show it off. I got the Capo Squonk. It took forever to get it. I am doing awesome now. I had a cold for a while that I really couldn't smell or taste anything much, which, for Thanksgiving kind of sucks when you're trying to cook. Well, when you gotta, sweetheart. No problem. This is the latest Squonker from iJoy, and I am absolutely loving it. It doesn't have 20 tons of adjustments or any of that. You can use the nice, great big, it will take a 21-700 or a 2700. They include the battery in the kit. They finally put the 5-prong on it. I gather that's a big deal. It makes it safer, according to Battery Mooch. And you also have a sleeve that comes with it so that you can use a regular 18650. So if you don't have spares of one, you can use the other. And it's 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. Your up and down are right there on the panel. I hope I'm showing that good. And that's it. And it is no modes, no surprises, no other stuff. Hi, Christian. How you doing? And that's it. It comes with this particular one. I'm going to put my dead rabbit on it, I think. Not, well, maybe not. But I'm definitely going to put the Pulse on it. I've got a Pulse 22 around here. And right now I'm vaping my little homemade latte to go with my cafe. But I bought it in yellow. Cool is my hubby is not a big vapor. He does vape, but he's not a big vapor, and he was dying to get his hands on an RDA, and he wants to get into building. So I finally got him putting in his own coils this last time around. And he was funny, but he was as nervous about putting in those coils as I am about mech mods. And I'm sitting here going, honey, if you mess up, it's going to give you a warning. You're safe. uh, and once he had it down, he's like, this works, right? Yeah, it looks like it to me. But yeah, he was asking me questions all along the way. It was great. And now the next thing you know, he's going to be building his own coils because he was just putting in pre-builts this time. So how is everybody? I know you all thought I was dead to the world, didn't you? So, what are your new adventures, Christian? I am doing awesome now. I had a cold and I still have a little bit of it. I haven't wanted to do taste testing only because I was afraid I wasn't tasting all the nuances to the flavors. I know that um, I just finally got to where I could really taste everything. I was very pleased that my leftover turkey gravy tasted like I thought it would taste. Oh, my haircut? Oh, yeah, that's long. Yeah, long time ago. Long time ago now. I did that in September. I've had it trimmed since, but yeah, it's all gone. Hiking, fishing, and camping. I used to do a lot of that. Oh, I'm sorry, Dark Knight. I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, it's almost like yours now, huh? The really cool part was my sister grabbed up all that hair. In fact, she was the one who made sure that we would send it off. When they cut it, it was a big deal because it was down to my behind, and we were visiting California to celebrate my parents' 60th wedding anniversary with them. And she and I were surprised because we weren't expected in California. So yeah, all five of us siblings got together with my parents. Yeah, yeah, 60 years. God bless him. That just means that my father has the patience of Job. I love my mom, but yeah, she's not easy to get along with sometimes. Absolutely. It was wonderful. But, I'd been in the process of packing and all this stuff, and we'd get somewhere and the wind would blow and the hair would come out of the braid, and I was just like, "Screw this." And we went in, and when we went to chop it off, the gal was like, "Oh, makeover." And my sister Tracy goes, "No, you don't understand. She does this every so often." And all the hair came off, and in about 2 years or whatever, we'll be sitting here going, "Oh, how long your hair is." You know, I'll grow it out eventually. I Christmased myself, yes, and I got some things for my hubby, and I got him one of these as well. And I told him that he could get me the one that I wanted because I couldn't get the one I wanted. I wanted to get it in green. Yellow was the only thing they had. The other place that I could find it at only had it in black, and I wanted the yellow, so I got it in the yellow from um, Element. Yeah, Element Vapes, and they they got it to us very quickly. I was very pleased because I'd never really done business with them before. Um, but they were very good. They were very quick. And it was finally here in the States to get. There, it was just them and my vapor store or Vapor DNA that had them. And uh, I did look at the black ones again, and they were out of stock because they had them up for Black Friday sales. And yeah, loving it. Finally, a regulated Squonk mod. Awesome. I'd like to get some. I'll probably get one of these for my son as well. Not that he'll love it, but he's another vapor. He's the only other vapor in the family. Everybody else either quit cold turkey. Um, God bless them that they could. And my daughter still smokes and vapes sometimes, and she's kind of on the fence whether she's going to quit or not. How about you, Christian? Are you ready for Christmas yet? There's always more to do. I've got tons of baking to do. I know that when I start baking gingerbread cookies, I want to see if my gingerbread vape that I make is as close to it as I think it is, and then I'll put it out there as a recipe online. Is your sweetie going to be there for Christmas, Christian? I can't remember her name off the top of my head. I'm an old lady. I I'll tell you what, they're getting up there here now too. I think uh, Dark Knight. They're incredibly expensive, and for me, the whole thing was I had quit at one point for as long as 3 months, and all of a sudden, I was just freaking climbing the walls. I don't know if it was the nick or just not having that something in my hand, but just I was climbing the walls. My hubby's going, "You've been quit this long, you don't." I'm sitting here going, "Do you want to live?" And he's like, "Okay, I'm backing off now." Hey, Ricky, how you doing? So we've just been kind of hanging out, having coffee and a vape, because it's me. Hugs to you too, sweetie. Take care. We must have some lurkers out there. I see that we've got 6 watching, and I don't see that many people chatting at me. I am going to be making some gingerbread. I'm going to be, I've got to make some peanut butter cookie vape liquid uh, because the other half really likes that. And I've got a couple of mints that we keep around here, mostly for colds. I'll tell you what, since I started vaping, um, I haven't had any bronchitis and I haven't had any pneumonia. And I used to have that, like, I was having that 3 and 4 times a year, and I haven't had that at all in the last year and a half now. So, oh, God bless you. You quit cold turkey? Well, God bless you. That's a lot more strength than I've ever had. I'll tell you. I I was done with it for like 3 months, and I was doing pretty good. But there was just that one day when it just I felt I something was going to die if I didn't get some nicotine. So yeah, I smoked again. Ended up with another pneumonia, and started vaping after that last one. My dad had a heart issue and had to have a bypass, and I couldn't go back to California because not only did I have this pneumonia, but they're sitting here talking COPD, and it was really pretty messy. And started vaping and recovered lung function like nobody thought I could. Oh my gosh. You started at 11? I didn't start. It was stupid that I started at all because I started when I was like, I guess 30 something, 30 something. And really wasn't smoking like smoking. I wasn't hooked in the beginning. I was just kind of a social smoker. When everybody went out to smoke, I would pull out Black and Mild. That's really how I got started on it. And then I got to where I was smoking all the time after I had to make a road trip from California to Louisiana. And that's when I was smoking to stay awake on that trip. And after that, it was just, I had to have it all the time. I had to have it. Yeah. I don't know what makes you do that stuff. You know, what I think at first it was, I was back in college after my son had passed on, and the kids would go out and hang out, and I wanted to be one of the cool kids, but I wasn't one of the kids, and I didn't really want to be one of them. Half the time I was kind of a geek. So, you know, uh, I was not good at math. I had to be tutored in math, but I was great at English. And so I was tutoring English. I tutored chemistry. Um, I had to be tutored in chemistry to pass it, and then I passed it with flying colors. I had to help with the big one was English. That was the one that everybody came to me, and it was the one I was the most comfortable doing. Everything else I kind of felt like, eh. Yeah, my husband does zero nick. My husband does zero nick, and the feel, I think, is a lot of the addiction. I really do. Um, because for me, if I'm not, if I don't have that thing in my hand, and plus, God knows it's just satisfying. My husband went back to vaping, not because he needed to, he just likes it and it's relaxing. And he's watched me collect this stuff. And plus, the other thing was, I wanted somebody to be able to taste test my stuff, when I was making this stuff. And I said, well, this is what it tastes like when you just do a taste test on your finger. I said, but when you vape it, sometimes it tastes completely different. So I don't know that you can help me with this. And he says, well, if you don't put any nick in it, I'll try it. I tried to slip him nick once, and he chokes on it so bad, even at 1%, because some of my stuff is only 1.5 and 1. Yeah, he just can't do it. He just can't do it like at all. There's something to the throat hit that just really does him. But he will taste test my stuff, and he enjoys certain flavors more than others, and I have to keep stuff made for him now because he'll be sitting over here in his little corner with his desk and writing and vaping. Oh yeah, it is addictive. But he's kicked the nicotine habit. So why? And really, I can go for quite a while with on zero nick. I vape as much zero nick as I do nicotine. But after a certain point, it's almost like my nerve endings are, they just kind of, and then that's it. I just grab some, didn't take much to calm me back down. That's rough. See, I used to sing. Uh, I started singing. Well, my mother used to say I could sing before I could talk. Um, but started singing seriously when I was in high school. In particular, I was in like 4 choirs and doing a musical at this. I was insane. I was doing a lot of stuff, and so the few times when I was in high school and I thought I'd start to smoke, yeah, my friends would pull them out of my mouth, and I just no, not wanting to. And then when the few times I would try it, I actually got friends to quit because they didn't want me trying to grab the cigs. So they were very good to me that way. They must have loved me a lot. Oh yeah, for me it's that it's relaxing, and that's how it is for Rob. I know. Um, that's he enjoys it. Plus, he likes the flavors I come up with. Comes up with new ideas for flavors, or he'll the idea to do the peanut butter cookie. The one time we were talking about baking, and I'm sitting here going, Well, I have this flavor and I have that flavor, and that's basically what goes into cookies. And I've got this and this and this that could make it taste doughy, and I've got a little bit of butter. I can do that. So I made it up. Shush. See, I wasn't a drinker. I wasn't a smoker. I was, I mean, my friends called me goody two shoes, and if I tried to be bad, they would. They're like, no, 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 no. You're the ones who's supposed to keep us straight. You know, it was. I was just lucky, really. I mean, I had been goody two shoes for so long that when I tried to be bad, they weren't having it. So, so that was when you were really young, though, too, wasn't it? Okay, 4K. It's not that I'm a teetotaler now. I'm not. I mean, I don't go out and party every night. I just never was. I about when I was young enough to be to do that stuff and didn't have the responsibilities or whatever. I didn't have the inclination, and then by the time I had the inclination, I had too many responsibilities to be doing anything, you know, irresponsible, I guess. And now occasionally I'll drink to excess, but that's just to relax and have a few giggles. But I'm too old to do it a lot and young enough not to care sometimes. Have a little what? I can't really see what that icon is on this computer. That's oh, okay. We've got enough booze around here. That's true. I keep a. We always have Southern Comfort. Always have Southern Comfort around here. And I have discovered that a little Southern Comfort and some hot chocolate will warm you all the way to your toes on a really cold night. So, yeah, we always have stuff around here. But just never saw the sense of drinking to the point where you don't remember the good time you had the night before. Because if you don't remember it, was it really, it obviously wasn't memorable, so was it really a good time? Not if it takes me 3 days to recover. No thanks. Well, I know that when my son died, um, that was one thing that frightened me because it could have been it could have been way too tempting to crawl into a bottle and never come out. So yeah, right after Jeremy died, I didn't drink at all. You too, you too, Dark Knight. See you soon. Okay, well, I've run out of things to say. Um, and everybody got quiet. So, oh, there you go. It's good to see all of you too. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, 4K. It was just, it was definitely a bad time. And yeah, I still get depressed, since this passing. And that's over 20 years ago. It's over 25 years ago now. Time flies when you're having fun. Uh, but I don't drink when I'm depressed. That's just a rule of thumb. Yes, I did cut my hair about in September, actually. Thank you. Thank you. I should post some pictures of the hair that my sister sent off because it was 3 feet of hair. She has it hanging off the back of a chair, and it's like 3 feet of hair. It's almost to the floor from the back of the chair. I did it from the get go. Okay, 4K, only because, like I said, I knew with that particular situation that if I started, I probably wouldn't want to stop until I didn't remember, and I wasn't going to forget. You know, it's Jeremy was a very special person in so many ways. Um, he had been ill most of his life, and he had become blind over the process of time. And because he was blind and he had other health issues, he had to be attached to me by my elbow a good deal of the time. I was usually his guide. And uh, so when I lost him, I didn't lose just my son. I lost my Siamese twin because there were so many health problems, whatever. He had been my best friend. He was, in so many ways, literally the other half of me, being always there at my elbow. Um, so for a while, it was even like I lost the other half of myself. I didn't know. When we would enter social situations. He was the one who would start the conversations. He was the one who um, people actually came up to talk to, even though they knew both of us. Um, I think the hardest things after he passed is I actually went somewhere where I ran into someone who had been a friend of ours, not just his, but a friend of ours. And he didn't recognize me without the blind kid attached to my elbow. That hit me hard. Um, it it was particularly, I mean, losing your son, your child is hard enough, and knowing that you're going to lose that person most of his life was not easy either. But um, losing your identity along with it was was a unique challenge as well. So, but life moves on, and so must me. So must we. I can almost talk. Yes. When they hand you your first child, you sit there and you look at them and realize that your life isn't just about you anymore. When you're sitting there looking at that little face, you know. You can see we got Slim dressed up for Christmas too. Back here in the background, he's part of that creepy karma stuff that we do. He's actually sitting here with other little dolls. In fact, this one's supposed to be haunted. I don't know that she is. I might have to do some stuff with her on Creepy Karma and see if we can get any EVPs or whatever out of her. I've had her for years. I haven't seen her do anything, but um, she was given to me because she had moved on her owner and it freaked her out. And so I ended up with her. And like I said, she hasn't done anything for me, but it may be a ghost that was in the vicinity had moved the doll. I don't know. Or the doll just moved and she freaked. You know, I ended up with her because she had frightened her owner. And I, I've always talked to her and treated her with respect, but she hasn't done anything for me. Just because you can't see her here. I actually bought her some new Thanksgiving clothes recently because what she had was just rags anymore. But this is her. And then the eyes do move. They're supposed to move. Um, Occasionally, I guess they move without provocation, even when she's just sat still. Maybe that's what freaked her out. But I don't know. Things like that don't freak me out much. Oh, I'm sure it was a ride. I am sure it was. I think I'm going to set this up differently the next time because the coffee table makes it just far enough away from these old eyes that I have a hard time reading unless I lean right into everything. And when I'm leaned, I'm all hunched. So it's kind of a mixed bag of nuts. Now I am going to get off of here and get on to filming some more stuff and editing some more stuff. But thank you all for being here. I appreciate every last one of you. God bless you and have a great day.